How's it going, everybody? Back again, this time to recap WVU's Gold Blue Spring Game. Good attendance for the spring game this year, probably record attendance, actually. I was there. They said estimated about 22,000 was there, but I'd say it was probably more close to like 25,000 if you're asking me, because you had everybody in there, some in the upper deck, and even Touchdown Terrace was full, so it was good. Game was actually televised. First time they've done that since 2006 when Rich Rodriguez was there, and the game was televised by ESPN that year, so that's good. It was shown on the internet too by WVU Illustrated, so hope everybody got a chance to see it. If you got to see it, man, you saw a good show. If not, you missed out, because Dayton Holgerson's offense is good as advertised, man. They came out, they picked up 838 yards of total offense and only 104 plays. So it was really, really fun to watch the spring game this year with the offense clicking like that and everything. First time in 4 years I've been excited about the Mountaineer offense, so it's real good. As advertised as air raid, and that's exactly what it is. They threw the ball 70 times, completed it 46 of them for 683 yards and only 1 interception. So 683 yards passing in a spring game, that's pretty good. 838 yards total offense, it's just unheard of. That offense is going to be tough to stop for anybody this year, anybody we face. They ran the ball a few times too, ran it 35 times for 160 yards, so pretty good actually there too on the running side. It's pretty good average per carry. Like I said, they came out passing as everyone was hoping, and first 6 plays were actually passes before they ran it, so everybody's wanting to see the pass. Probably pretty excited about that. I know I was, being a West Virginia fan, being known for the run for 15 years. It's kind of cool to get a change in there and actually become a passing team now for the first time in a long time. The offense was real fast paced, man. They was out there, they was clicking. It's really surprised me, because from what I'd heard through the spring scrimmages and spring practices, the offense wasn't really clicking. They was kind of still like getting used to everything, and the tempo wasn't really good, but they was out there running it, and they looked like they ran it for years, man. They was out there, they looked real good. They clicked and everything. It was just real good to see. They put up 83 points. The final score, I think, was 83-17. And the offense put up 83 points, which is, I know it sounds crazy, like unbelievable numbers, but that's still with the scoring system modified to where you get points for first downs and everything. But either way, even if you took that away, they still end up scoring really like 52 points, which is still good considering the fact that they played only 10-minute quarters. In a real game, you play 15, so that's 20 minutes that they didn't play that you'd play in a real game and still put up 52 points, which is a really high number. This offense is explosive, man. High-powered West Virginia attack coming this year. Can't wait. Geno Smith, he only played the first 3 quarters and still put on a show, man. He finished 26 of 37 for 388 yards and 4 touchdowns, and that's in only 3 quarters of action. So who knows what you're going to see from Geno this year. Could be some Heisman-like numbers. Might pass for over 4,000 yards. In my opinion, I think he's probably going to break all the passing records we have right here at West Virginia this year. They're all going to be broke by Geno Smith, and he's going to be holding most, if not all, the passing records after this season, after what I saw yesterday at the spring game. Like I said, he threw 4 touchdowns. His longest one was a 67-yarder. He threw to Stedman. It was actually, I think, the 4th or 5th play of the game. Play action faked it out of that pistol. He had Stedman and Tavon both burned through receivers deep, and he had his choice through to Stedman for a 67-yard touchdown. I got the crowd real excited, starting off like that. Got me real excited and everything. I was just loving this offense already. His backup, Paul Millard, did good with the second team. He threw 18 of 30 for 253 yards and 2 touchdowns. He did throw 1 interception, but of course, that's expected. He's only a true freshman. Tried to force it in double coverage, got intercepted by Keith Taney in the back of the end zone, but that's going to happen. He'll learn. His longest was a 65-yard touchdown pass, but he threw to Trey Johnson, the running back, and he threw another 47-yarder to Stedman, of course. Stedman had a big day on the receiving end, man. For the running backs, they hyped up Bernard Roberts a lot coming in, I was kind of thinking to myself, maybe he's not that good. Maybe they're just trying to get some of the other ones motivated by hyping him up so much. But I came in there, and about the 2nd or 3rd play of the game, they threw a little screen pass to him, and kid can run and break tackles. He's real elusive. And he finished the game with 10 carries for 65 yards to lead all the running backs. And in my opinion right now, he should be the starting running back. The guy can play. He's just real good. I like him. I like Bernard Roberts, true freshman, and he showed me something in the game. Another running back that impressed me was Trey Johnson. He came out there wearing number 7, looking a little bit like Noel Devine out there, a little taller version of Noel. I think I even heard a few Go Noels in the crowd. People didn't know the Noel graduated, I guess, but that was Trey Johnson wearing number 7, and he finished with 9 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. So he had a real good day too himself, and he's pretty quick. on top of the 9 carries for 60 yards, I said he had the touchdown reception from Paul Millardy. That's the only catch he had in the game, but he threw a little screen to him, and he got some good blocks up the sideline and beat everybody, cut inside, cut back outside, and ran 65 yards for a touchdown. So he's got some pretty good wheels, and right now him and Roberts for the running back job, man. You know, neck and neck up there. I'd probably put Roberts first, but I wouldn't say he's number one, and then Trey Johnson's number two. I'd say that Roberts is 1A and Johnson's 1B, you know, something like that, because they're both, either one of them can end up winning it, but in my opinion right now, I'd give the job to Roberts. I just like the way he runs, like the way he looks, just kid's going to be good. Also running, Tavon Austin took a reverse, his only carry of the game, took it 25 yards. It's pretty cool to play, actually. They ran a little dump pass to Bernard Roberts a couple times, and they acted like they was going to run that again, set it up like that, and Gino pumped it to Roberts, and Tavon was coming this way, and he pitched it to Tavon on the reverse, and Tavon went around the sideline, made a few guys miss, headed up sideline, and finally got pushed out of bounds, 25-yard gain. Good play by Tavon, you know. Of course, he's just Tavon. Probably one of the best players on our offense, and just so elusive and so quick, you know, and nobody can hardly get their hands on him still. Hargret, the other running back that saw playing time, he had 6 carries for 15 yards, so I heard a lot of good things about him this spring, and you can see where it's there. He just didn't really show much of it in the spring game because he just didn't get to show much of it because Trey Johnson and Bernard Roberts were having such good days. He didn't get to play much. When he did all right. You know, 6 carries, 15 yards, not bad, but he's still not on the level of Trey Johnson or Bernard Roberts. So, but you know, he still looks all right. As for receiving, like I said, Stephen Bailey, best day of all the receivers by far. You can tell him and Geno Smith just have a chemistry where they played together in high school. They ran the same type of offense as this one that they're running now, and they're just together. They're just clicking. Stephen finished with 6 catches for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns. So you know it's a big day for him. Like I said, him and Gino just clicked together. The receiver though that probably I came away from the game most impressed by was probably Willie Millhouse. He finished with 6 catches for 98 yards. He's the transfer. He was at Duquesne. He came over, had to sit out a year, played on the scout team last year, redshirted. He's going to be a senior this coming year. He's about 6'1", 202, I think. Pretty good sized guy for a receiver, and he's got really good hands. But not only that, he showed me some elusiveness, ability to break some tackles, and he's pretty quick actually for his size too. I really like him. I'd put him up in our top 5 receivers, you know. And another receiver that really impressed me though, and I think everybody else was impressed by too, was the Morgantown native, the grandson of old coach Don Nealon, Ryan Nealon. He's going to be a junior this year. He was a walk-on. I wouldn't be surprised if he earned a scholarship here soon by the way he's been playing. He finished with 5 catches for 80 yards. And, man, you'd think he'd have Velcro on his glove, sorry. The way he catched everything, just everything thrown to him, he just caught everything. One time it was about 3rd and I think 15 for the offense. Gino just threw it up there. He was covered and everything, but he just still went above the cornerback and just went up and made the grab. It was a nice catch, and he was real impressed by him. I put him in our top 5 receivers right now also. Other receivers that had a good day, J.D. Woods. He was out there running with the second team. He finished with 8 catches for 70 yards, and he looked pretty good. You know, none of his catches were a real long distance or anything, but he did get a bunch of catches, which resulted in pretty good yards, and he did all right. Pretty good day for JD. Trey Johnson, like I said, he had the 1 catch when it went for a touchdown, 65 yards. Bernard Roberts, on top of the 65 yards rushing, actually had 5 catches for 40 yards, so he finished with over 100 yards of total offense and just looked real impressive today, the true freshman, you know. Ivan McCartney, he's been battling through an injury last couple practices. I think it's a hamstring, they said. So he didn't play very much. I don't think he played any in the second half, actually. But when he did play, he got 2 balls thrown his way and 2 catches for 15 yards, so that was good by him. Tavon, you know, Tavon's Tavon. He had that 1 big run, I told you, for 25 yards, and he had 5 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. And his touchdown catch was, I think, a 40-yard catch, but they threw it to him, screen pass. He just ran up sideline, outran everybody. Blocking wasn't real good on the play or anything, but no one could just catch him. Tavon Austin, I mean, probably if you're asking me, I'm going to tell you he's the fastest player in the nation. Fastest player I've seen in Morgantown since Steve Slayton was here. He's faster than Noel Devine, faster than Jock Sanders. Fastest player. He's probably faster than Slayton was, if you're asking me. I really think Tavon Austin might be the fastest player in the nation. He looks even faster this year than he did last year. And on top of that, he's just elusive, makes guys miss, and looked real good. 5 catches, 85 yards. Tyler Urban, you know, they hyped him up through the spring. And He did pretty good, actually. He's a little possession receiver. He's not real quick or anything, but he's got good hands. He finished with 4 catches for 30 yards and a touchdown catch, a little 3-yard touchdown catch he caught in the corner of the end zone from Geno Smith, where he had a real nice catch on the play. He looked real good, but I think that Ryan Nealon and Willie Millhouse both actually looked better than Tyler Urban, if you're asking me. But Urban still looks good, and I'd probably put him up in our top 5 receivers as well. As for the offensive line, I came away real impressed by them. They've been kind of picked on all spring, said they weren't playing up to their potential or whatever, but they looked real good. I think they gave up only 3 sacks in the game, 3 or 4, which is actually, sounds like a lot, but it's really improved compared to last year. And Big Quentin Spain was probably the guy I was most impressed by on the offensive line. Big 6'6", 350-pounder, and he played good on left tackle, having to block Bruce Irvin some, Julie Miller some, and he did a real good job protecting Geno, actually, in the offensive line. Looks real improved under Coach Bedenbaugh, a lot better than it did when we had Coach Dave Johnson in, and they just seem more in sync, as does the whole offense. One injury on the day, it was Josh Jenkins went down, looks like a left knee or maybe ankle. Either one, he had to get carted off, but they asked Holgerson about it after the game, and he said that he thought that maybe Josh Jenkins was a little dramatic or whatever, but hopefully it's nothing big. He'll be ready for fall. I'd say that it's nothing major because he stood up before they put him on the cart and was walking a little bit, so I'd say that he'll be all right. As for defense, Terrence Garvin picked up where he left off last year. Last year led the team in tackles and led the team in tackles in the spring game. We had 6 tackles. Doug Rigg, the linebacker, added 5 tackles of his own, so good day by him. Of course, you got Bruce Irvin. He got in there, had 1 sack. Of course, you're not allowed to hit the quarterback in the spring game, but probably had more if it wasn't for that. But he did have 1. He had 1 tackle for a loss, a little running play, blew up in the backfield, and a couple pass breakups where he got in the backfield. Quarterback tried to throw it. He jumped up, batted the ball down. Pretty, Bruce Irvin's real athletic, and he's going to wreak havoc on offenses and opposing quarterbacks all year this year. Keith Tandy picked up where he left off last year, too. Finished 5th in the nation interceptions last year, a bunch of interceptions. First in the Big East, I think. And he had the 1 interception to Paul Millard, only interception in the game. So hopefully that means this year he's going to pick up where he left off and have a bunch of interceptions this year, too. So I'd like to see that from Tandy. He's going to be one of our senior leaders on defense, him and Najee Good and Bruce Irvin. And Julian Miller, too. Don't forget about Julian Miller. He's a sack specialist just like Irvin. He had 2 sacks in the game. And him and Bruce Irvin on both sides going to wreak havoc on defenses. And, then you got Tandy. The West Virginia defense is going to be real good this year. The offense, I think the fact that the offense put up 83 points was not the fact that the defense was bad, but the fact that the offense is just so good. Our defense didn't look bad at all. It's just the fact that our offense looks so good. So, I think our offense is going to cause a lot of problems this year, and our defense is going to be strong again, as it always is under Coach Castile. As for the field goal kickers, they still need to improve. Bittencourt did make 1 field goal out of his 2 tries. He made from 27, missed from 43. But at least he did hit 1 or 2, so that's better. Corey Smith missed his only try on a 32-yarder wide right, but it's all right. They're getting better at least, and hopefully they'll continue to get better. In my MVPs of the game, I'd give the offensive one probably to Geno Smith, just because he looked so poised. He looked real comfortable. I'd never seen him look that comfortable in last year under Jeff Mullen's offense, and he just looks a lot more comfortable in this offense, a lot more in sync and in tune, and like he knows what he's doing. And defense, I'd have to give it to Bruce Irvin. The guy got in the backfield all game, caused problems and everything. He's just Bruce Irvin, But as for the offense, man, they looked real good. Best offense I've seen in Morgantown in 4 years. First time I've been excited about the offense in 4 years. They ran a lot out of the pistol, which I liked. They ran out of that diamond formation, which I liked. I liked seeing that diamond formation. It was good to see. They ran out of it some, threw out of it some. Bernard Roberts ran hard. Trey Johnson ran hard. Millard looked good, quick release, and if something happens to Geno, we got a real good backup. He plays beyond his years, doesn't look like a true freshman out there, even though he is, and he'll continue to get better. And I think down the road, after Geno graduates, he's going to be a capable starting quarterback for us here at WVU. But looked at the offense, man. Came away really impressed. I figured that they would, still be learning and everything, but I can't wait to see a finished product, what it's going to look like, because putting up 83 points and 800 yards of total offense is unheard of. Not something we never did under Mullen, and everyone just looks more in sync. The offense plays at a real quick tempo, and everyone looks a lot more comfortable when we actually have an offensive identity. This air raid, we're going to throw the ball on people this year, man. We're going to throw it, we're going to throw it, and we're going to throw it. And then, when you think we're going to throw it, we're going to run it. And one thing I liked about the offense is it wasn't predictable. I couldn't tell when we was going to pass or when we was going to run. I couldn't guess our play calls, which is something I could always do when Jeff Mullen was our offensive coordinator. And we have an offensive identity, and the offense is just going to be explosive. Got a high-powered attack coming to Morgantown this year, guys. Can't wait for September 4th to get here. All right, let's go Mountaineers.